Hello everyone, let's jump down to the mat and come into this toes tucked kneeling position. Starting to stretch out the feet and the quads. We'll just relax here, take a nice deep breath in. Get ready for our 20 minutes of mobility, and I will try and stick to the 20 minutes. Welcome to the third class, the third iteration of this flow. Hopefully you're feeling prepared, you're feeling confident in these movements now. Let's bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, and we'll just do our rotations clockwise and anti-clockwise. If you're feeling any tension in the back, just tuck the tailbone slightly, reverse those hands, get the wrist nice and warmed up. And then let's bring them out in front of us. We'll go from closed fist to open for 20. Nice and quick here. Five, four, three, two, one. From open to even more open for 20. I've got a cut on my hand, so this might not be the best idea, but there we go. For the cause, for the greater good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring those hands down to the mat. We're going to come to a seat for our seated flexion. And we're just going to spend a decent amount of time here. So let's go left foot in front, flex both the toes in this cross-legged position, and just crawl the hands forward to a position that's comfortable for you. Bring the chin to the chest to round through the entire spine. And we're going to take 8 deep breaths here, but breathing into that lower back as always to create space in the base of the spine. Try to make those breaths as long as possible on the inhale. Really fill up the lower back. And then breathe out on the exhale for 1 second longer than the inhale if you can. Two more breaths wherever you are. Slowly make your way up without using the hands. Cross the legs the other way, and we'll crawl those hands forward again. Maybe you can go a little bit further on this side. Keep bringing the toes up towards the knees to protect the knees, but also open up into the hips a little bit more. Slowly make your way up. We're going to come onto our hands and knees in this tabletop position. Let's just go for 3 nice slow cat-cows. So send the butt back and up as we arch through the back, bringing the chest through the arms, looking ahead, feeling that squeeze, that tension being released in the lower back. And then tuck the tailbone as you bring the head through the arms to come to our top position where we're thinking about touching the ceiling with our upper back. Push the ground away. Let's go 2 more. Through into our cow. Maybe you feel a stretch in the core as well, the abs, stretching the deep abdominal wall. And we'll go up. Last time. Chest follows through to the front, looking straight ahead. Keep pushing the ground away. And we'll bring it back and up. Last time. Big push through the upper back. and you're going to come back to center of your tabletop. Reposition yourself if you need to. We're going to do our 5-second hold in our bear crawl position. So push the ground away, create a bit of a natural hump in the upper back. Tuck the tailbone ever so slightly, and then we're just going to lift the knees just an inch off the floor. Engage the core, tuck the tailbone, and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly make your way up and back to our first downward dog. Remember, knees can stay bent. We're just thinking of sinking the chest towards the floor, pushing the ground away as much as possible, and bringing the armpits towards each other, to face towards each other. We won't spend too long here. Just a few more deep breaths. Keep sucking the belly button into the spine, sending the hips back and up. And then take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going to walk those feet forward, keeping the arms straight for as long as possible before you have to bend into them. Place the feet firmly down on the floor, and then slowly rise to our halfway point. Extending the spine forward as we sit the butt back to come into our neutral spine and fold forward. One more time like that. Halfway, extend the spine, send the butt back and drop it low. Then push the ground away with the feet, bend the knees, come all the way up to a stand, rolling through the spine as we extend the hands up towards the ceiling, and then reverse it, squeezing the glutes as you spread your wings, send the butt back, come back down towards the floor, fingertips to toes. Hopefully you're near the front of the mat, more so than I am, and we're going to step that right foot back into our runner's lunge. So framing the left foot with both hands. Think about driving this right hip down towards the floor, and then we're going to push our hands into the floor as we pick this left foot up and send it back up towards the ceiling for our 3-legged dog. Keep that left leg straight as much as possible for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to bend at the knee, open up to the left side while pushing both hands into the floor. You can have a slight bend in that right knee if you like as well. We're thinking about stacking the hips on top of each other, so left on top of right, and we're trying to level off the shoulders. So the inclination here will be to lean into the right side. I want you to really push into both hands so we're leveling out the shoulders here. Bring that foot back through to our runner's lunge. Place the foot down between the hands. Place that right knee down, and then extend the left leg as we come back into our hamstring stretch with the right knee underneath the right hip. Flex those left toes, extend the spine so the chest is over the left knee as you breathe in, and then breathe out as you slowly fold closer towards that knee. 2 more just like that. Breathe in, extend the spine, and breathe out. Relax into the stretch. Last time. Breathe in and out. Come back forward by bending the left knee back into that runner's lunge. We're going to send that left leg back up again. Stretch as much as you can, like you're trying to touch the heel to the back wall. I'm almost kicking the vase off the shelf here. And then we're going to come back through our plank, but this time we're going to place the left foot on the outside of our left hand to come into our lizard lunge. Then we can start to create some movement in the lizard lunge by rotating that right foot clockwise, counterclockwise. We can go forward and back, maybe just side to side if you prefer. With that side to side, you can start to think about opening up the left hip. Just keep moving for a little bit. The hips love movement, so the more movement you can create at them in a safe position like this, where we're tensing the right glute to protect the spine, the better. Good. Everybody come to this base position, and we're going to drop the right knee down for our quad stretch. So if you need to come on the floor, that's fine. We're going to stretch our left arm back, catch the outside of our right foot. Make sure you're stable in the left foot and the right hand. Squeeze the right glute. Contract the right quad by driving your foot into your left hand, and actively drive your right hip down towards the floor. There's a lot to think about, but just go through your checklist. Glute squeezing to drive the hip down to the floor. Foot is kicking the hand away to contract the quad. And then if you can, if your left knee wants to open up like this, feel free to roll onto the outside of the left foot. And then that's just going to allow you to open up the chest towards the left side of your room. Slowly drop that right foot down, coming back into your lizard lunge. Pop the right knee up and then squeeze the glutes. Maintain stability in the core, and then nice and slowly, without any hip shift, we're going to try and pick up that left foot and step back into our plank position. From our plank position, drop the knees down, slowly lower the rest of your body down to the floor. Spread the legs out as wide as the mat as we squeeze the glutes. Bring the hands in line with our head, and then we're just going to push ourselves up into this mini cobra position to start. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. One more time. You can stay at that same height, or you can push up a little bit more and hold for 5. Squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Use your hands as a pillow as we rock the hips side to side. And then place the hands back next to your head. Bring the toes into a curled position, so toes tucked. And then we're going to push ourselves up and back into our child's pose. Drive the hands into the floor to stretch out the lats, and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward, come into your tabletop. We're going to do our bear position again. So toes tucked, push the ground away, tuck the tailbone, and then knees hover off the floor an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips back and up and back and up. And then you should feel this time that there's a little bit more freedom in the hamstrings, probably more so in the left side, because that's the side we did the stretch on. But that movement we created just should help out the right side as well. So sink that chest towards the floor, push the ground away with the hands, and then we're sending the hips up and back. Breathe. Remember, we're thinking about armpits facing each other, so tuck those tricep muscles in the back of your arms down towards the floor. Sink that chest even lower if you can. Push the ground away one last time, as much as you can, like you're trying to get the shoulders to the ears, and then bend the knees, raise the heels, slowly walk those feet in towards the hands, and we'll rise into our halfway point. Send the butt back, level out the spine through extension. So we're in a neutral spine position, but this is a really good hip hinge kind of. We can use this as our template for a hip hinge. It's exactly where we want to be. Drop back down to the floor, breathe in, and as you breathe out, raise into that halfway point, sending the butt back, neutral spine, and we'll come through our full rise. So hands down to the floor, bend at the knees as we roll through the spine all the way up, raising the hands to meet at the top as we squeeze our glutes, and then swan dive back down, hands to the floor. Set that left foot back this time. I need to bring my right foot forward as we come into our runner's lunge. From here, push the ground away, pick up the right foot as we send it back into our three-legged dog. Stretch out the right leg as much as you can. We're trying to keep it straight. The left leg can bend if you like. Squeeze the right glute, and then we're going to bend the right knee, point the right toes, and then stack the hips. So right on top of left this time as we push the ground away to make sure our shoulders stay level, or we try to at least. Now come through our plank position as we bring that right foot back into our runner's lunge. I'll take a little bit of effort there. Relax, breathe, and then drop the left knee. You can crawl that right foot forward a little bit if you need to, and then we're gonna fold into our hamstring stretch. Left knee under the left hip. Breathe in as we extend through the spine. And breathe out to fold over the right leg. 2 more times just like that. Breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Last go, breathe in and out. Good, come back into our runner's lunge. We're going to pick that right foot up into three-legged dog one more time. Full extension through the right leg, which means squeezing the right glute before bringing it back through our plank position, placing it down next to our right hand in our lizard lunge, squeezing the left glute now, pushing the ground away, and just creating some movement in this lizard lunge position. Forward and back, side to side, twisting and rotating through the spine, using that left glute squeeze as our protection, and then even opening up into this right side as well if you like. Drop that right hand down if you had picked it up. Drop the left knee down. And then we're going to twist to face our right side. As we pick that left foot up, catch the left foot, the outside of the left foot with our right hand. Breathe, squeeze the left glute. Kick your right hand away to engage the left quad. And then open that right side of the chest up to the right wall. Keep breathing. Slowly release the left foot, bring the right hand back down to your lizard lunge position. Pop the left knee up, push the ground away, squeeze the left glute, and then trying to maintain the position of the hips where they are in space, so we're not shifting one side or the other. You're going to pick that right foot up and come back into that plank position. Slowly lower down to the floor without the knees if you can. Of course, you can use the knees if you need to. We're going to come back into our cobra stretch. So squeeze the glutes, feet as wide as the mat. So a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then just drive the hands into the floor. Maybe this time you really feel like you can come up onto the elbows. And let's just breathe here. 5 nice deep breaths to round things off. Slowly bring the chest down to the floor. Leave the toes untucked this time, just to see what your preference is. But we're going to bring the feet a little bit closer together. Knees can stay wide apart. Push the ground away as we come back into our child's pose. See which one you prefer, toes tucked or untucked, to make sure you make a note of that for the future. And then we're going to turn over onto our back to finish the practice. with a little bit of opening up into the groin. So feet together, heels up towards the butt as much as you can. We're going to place our right hand on our heart, our left hand on our stomach to feel our breath. And then you can just relax here for as long as you like. Close the eyes. Nice deep breath in. Hold at the top for a second. And then breathe out for just 1 second longer than your inhale. Hope you enjoyed class today, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.